I'm Frank Marcus of MotorTrend, and I'm here just outside the General Motors Proving Grounds in Milford, Michigan with the newest Corvette model, the Grand Sport. The Grand Sport, in the grand scheme of things, will be replacing the Z51 performance package, actually. Only it's kicking it up several performance notches by incorporating a bunch of Z06 parts. Basically the wheels and tires and brakes, the wider bodywork, the front splitter, all that kind of stuff is Z06. Still the steel frame, still the LS3 engine, although if you get the manual transmission, the LS3 engine is built alongside the hand-built engines, the LS9 and the LS7 in Wixom, and it's handmade also with a dry sump oiling system. The dry sump, of course, adds about 15 psi of oil pressure under most conditions and really works a lot better when the car is generating the 1G cornering that's now capable of with the bigger wheels and tires. The car I've got here has the Heritage package, which buys you the de rigueur Grand Sport stripes and also some embroidery on the seats. You know, things have been kind of tough at General Motors lately, and this is an interesting car, a way of making a brand new model, an interesting new model out of a lot of parts that were already existing. As I mentioned, we've got a lot of Z06 parts. The only thing we actually had to tool new was this front fender with the twin gill cove detail, and actually on the convertibles, the rear quarters. The Grand Sport allows people to have the look of the Z06, but get open air, either a full convertible or with the removable targa top. And a little bit less, extreme performance, although still incredibly high performance actually. 430 or 436 horsepower with the performance exhaust, which everyone kind of thinks most everybody will pick on this car because it does sound really terrific. I have actually had a chance to get out and drive this car, and it is amazing what it can do. I mean, the braking, it just never ceases to amaze me. 6-piston front calipers with 6 individual brake pads, 4-piston in the back, big vented drilled rotors. So just indefatigable. You go deeper and deeper into the turns with harder on the brakes each time around the Milford road course and never get out of shape. Handling wise, the steering quite great, quite good. You can position the car exactly where you want it on the track at all times. I didn't get a chance to drive the Z06 beside it, but you do drive this and think, well, geez, do we still need that thing or not? Of course, more horsepower is always better. Another really cool feature that's available on all manual transmission Corvettes for 2010 is a launch control system. And I think it's about the nicest one I've tried. Basically, to set it up, you just press the traction control button twice. You put your foot on the floor, put it in first gear, pop the clutch, leave your foot on the floor, and the engine control system revs the engine to about 4,000 and holds it there and meters out the power, dithers the engine to make the best use of the available traction. So it's always sort of sensing what the traction is and optimizing for it. We tried it not on a Grand Sport but on a ZR1. Yeah, and with the system turned on, I had my best time was a 3.8 and the system managed to do a 3.6. Over and over and over again. Mine ran from 3.8 to 4.4 or so. So very good system as far as the launch control. Corvette Grand Sports are arriving in dealerships now, so they're available for sale. The price premium relative to the old Z51, this car costs $45,10 more to buy all that hardware that the Z06 has. Of course, it's about 20 grand less than an actual Z06, so it's a pretty good savings there. I think it's a pretty good value for the money, and some of the folks here reckon that as many as half of the new base Corvettes will be Grand Sports.